Hi, I just thought I'd come on and show you a really quick and easy way to enhance your own natural curls. So I've literally just taken the towel off my head. I've got frizzies, John Frieda frizzies, just literally through the ends. I've got my Colour Wow cocktail through from the middle ends and ends, and I've got Dream Coat all over. I've just got the Supernatural Dream Coat on. Still a little bit of confusion there. They both work beautifully. It's just that the one for curly hair doesn't need heat activating. So if you did want to leave your hair to dry naturally or just diffuse it, then it works really well. But honestly, they both work exactly the same. I don't have a preference for either. But so you can see my natural curls are already starting to form. So literally, I'm just going to keep doing this through the ends just while I'm chatting. So I want them to do their own thing. And then I'm just going to go through the top. I've put a little bit of 3 more inches root spray just through the top, just give it a little bit of height, just sort of through that crown area. So I'm literally just going to go through with the standard 30mm barrels through the top, and then I've got a few little pieces through the ends that don't curl quite as well, so I'll just flick through the ends on those. But basically I want my own curl underneath to stay as it is, but I want some direction through the top. A lot of people with naturally curly hair find that if you leave your hair to just dry naturally, you never kind of feel done. So this is a really good way of just enhancing your natural curl, but still feeling like you've got a little bit of direction in the curl. So I'm going to use high speed, medium heat, and I'm just going to flick through. So it'll be quite random, but you want the curls to be, you know, reasonably tight, but enough so they just soften into your own waves. So obviously if you've got corkscrew curly hair, maybe use the 20mm barrel. I'll just show you that one just so that you can see it in case nobody's seen that one. So that's the latest one that they brought out, is the 20mm barrel. You can see it's quite a bit longer and it's quite thin. So if you've got even curlier hair than mine, then that would be quite good just to use through the top, and then you just let them settle into it and it just gives you that bit of direction. So okay, I'll go ahead with that. I'm not going to bother to cool shot them. I'm going to keep the sections reasonably small. See, I've got the wrong. Did you see what happened then? I'm really glad that's happened actually. I didn't even check. So that's so good to see. So I'll just show you again what happened. So I went in like that and the hair didn't suck around it, but that is because I didn't check, and I've got the arrow facing that way. So obviously if I put it in that way, it would have wrapped. So I can't believe I did that actually, but I'm glad I did because it shows what happens, because there's been a lot of people saying that their curls don't grab onto the barrel, but that's why. So right, I've switched sides. So there you go, it's grabbed on there. But yeah, that's really good that happened. I'm not going to be too fussy with keeping my hair too smooth, because like I said, I want it to just sit on top of these curls. I'm going to keep scrunching these curls up and see how they go. I've just received in the post some of the Philip Kinsley serum that you put on. It's a smoothing serum, so I'm going to try a little bit of that as well today. So when I go and when it's finished drying and I go and style it, I'll let you know what I think of it. I think it's like a polishing, finishing serum. So I thought I'd just give it a go. Again, just keep on scrunching this hair underneath because you want this to dry naturally. Very often use this technique when I'm going to work because it is so quick. Just take another random section because you want it to almost look like these are your natural curls through the top, but with a little bit of help. Again, I'm just using high speed and medium heat, which is just what I always use. I never use anything different. So you can see, once that settles, that will just sit into them. Don't worry too much about your roots not being dry either, underneath, through here, because you know they'll just dry naturally and this will just sit through it. Keep the sections quite small, smaller than you would if you were doing your barrel curls, because you want them to be reasonably tight to match this. Keep doing the same on the other side as well while it's drying. I've just been for a 7k run this morning. Oh my god, we've got so many floods everywhere, so we were literally running through flooded water. Some of it was up to my shins, and it was so cold, so cold. So it was nice to get back and get in the shower and give my hair a good wash and just feel generally fresher. But it does make you feel alive in a mad kind of way. I probably won't come down too much lower with those. I'll probably, when I finish, sort of bring my fingers through into that. Like I said, if you've got any pieces, people with naturally curly hair will know this. You sometimes have the odd random piece that just doesn't hold a curl. But don't go right to the root with it when you do those pieces. Literally just do the ends. I'm just going all through these top sections here. I find the Frizzies serum is fantastic for this, because it just, like I say, helps to stop any frizziness with it, with your natural curls, but also the Dream Coat will just stop that with any humidity. It will just stop that frizz in your natural curls. You don't really need to make sure these are fully dry either, because we do want it to look a very natural kind of undone look. And I'm going to keep it flatter on the top as well. Normally I try and get a lot of height through the top, but I'm going to keep it flatter through the top today so that it works well with those natural waves. So this is coming all the way on my crown here. You can see I've just wrapped that up to the crown. A couple through this back section, but again we're going to use the underneath curls to be the main base, so just keep scrunching the hair all underneath, even around the back. You can already see that's going to start to fall in quite nicely to that without making too much effort. I'm just going to bring a couple of these pieces from the top just over to this side. But again, I don't want to get too much height in this top today, so I will keep it flatter. So I'm going to keep these flatter, so I won't try and get too much height in there. I always like to get a little bit of height in the crown if I can. The 3 More Inches root spray is a real favourite of mine now, because there's no stickiness to it. It really gives it that volume, but it doesn't go sticky. I'm just going to pick up a piece just higher up here from a section I already did, just to make sure that roots get a bit more lift there. Okay, that's pretty much it for that side. I do get the odd random piece down here that often doesn't curl, but I can always go back to that a bit later. Right, I'm going to switch sides now so that the same thing doesn't happen. I will just show you if I'd have kept that on. So I'd have picked that section up, and it just won't grab. And I would really seriously think that's what's happening to a lot of people who say they can't get their hair to suction onto the barrel. It should be as easy as that, look. So again, we'll keep these sections really small, keep scrunching your hair underneath. This is really good actually as well for somebody on day 2 of styling. So if you wake up the next morning and you've still got a nice bounce in it, but it needs a little bit direction on through the top, you could do a similar thing. Just kind of just brush through the ends, but just bounce it up a bit on the top. So it worked quite well. Again, I'm not worrying too much if they're not fully dry, because I don't want them to be too set. Once I pull them through, I want them to relax and look like natural curls. So I'm not bothering to cool shot them. It's a real quick way of doing it. Sometimes when I'm going to work in the mornings, I can do this in probably about 8 minutes. Especially if you've kept your hair wrapped in the towel while you're doing your makeup, then it'll almost be at this stage by the time you're ready to style it. My really straight piece of my hair here, so I have to work quite hard on that bit, so I've just come down a bit low on that side. Pick up the fringe. Yeah, and keep sections quite small. Just use the tip of my barrel through here. Going to do that little piece of fringe going that way so it's a bit more central. I don't suit a full centre parting, but I think when you're wearing it like this it's quite nice because it gives you a kind of boho look. So that would be pretty much all I would do, and then I'm just going to ruffle it. Don't take a leaf out of my book and mess with it too soon. I'm a bit of a monkey, and then you can always go back over them if they come out too straight too quickly. So obviously this will take probably half an hour for it to fully dry and for the underneath to fully dry before you really get that finished effect. But you can already see you get that kind of look as if you've not done your hair, so it's a really nice natural finish, but using your own natural curl underneath. So like I said, that those curls will drop, and then eventually it will look like you've just come off the beach and not done too much to it. So I'll go and let that settle, and then I'll get my Philip Kinsley. We'll see what that's like, and then see what you think of it. If you feel you've pulled some of these curls out too much, just literally go back through with your finger and just swiddle them back in. They'll still be there. But I think the flatter top works quite well with that kind of boho look. So give it a go, see what you think.